In today's show, we're taking a look from Mcfarlane Toys, DC Multiverse, Gold Label, Red Tornado. Stay tuned. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Red. Welcome to R.P.Animations. And today we're taking a look at a character that I know of, but I know very little, but I actually like. And I'm going to tell you all real quickly, guys. When I took him out of the packaging, messed around with the articulation, this is another figure that feels solid in your hand, smooth to articulate. Definitely a winner to be able to animate and have in your stop motion. This is one great character to have, and I'm surprised that Mcfarlane included hands. Shocker, I almost fainted when I took out the packaging and saw the hands, but wow, that's neither here nor there. So welcome to the show, and before we begin looking at the actual figure and looking what he's all about, quick shout out again to New York Backyard Legend and Collect to Disconnect with their amazing show from 2 weeks ago. I wasn't on the show, but I participated in the chat, had some few conversations with them. And guys, I just got to say, these two guys are putting together a show where large channels should be doing that. Why? Because these guys are giving back to the community. I'm not going to lie to you. Ever since I got into this, I thought the community was very toxic. I thought, collectors were garbage. Scalpers are shit. Excuse my language. Truth be told, these guys are bringing back the positivity that comes with, the hobby. These guys are bringing back the togetherness. These guys are bringing back, how can we get the community involved? How can we do this? Now, I've said it a million times and I'll keep repeating it. This channel is not for collectors. I don't have space to put this on the shelf. And it's ridiculous that these guys have articulation and they're collecting dust. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world. That's my opinion. So don't hang me from the rafters. Don't hang me by my toes. I'm just expressing how I feel. This channel is, I believe, wholeheartedly for the animators that are out there so they can see what you can articulate. Don't quote me on it. This is just a small rant, but a quick shout out to two of my boys. And last but not least, the one thing I do want to say is Mcfarlane likes to go on to these big channels who I look and see who they are, and sometimes it's just disgusting how big these channels are that I never see them commenting back to their fans. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that. I wish Mcfarlane would go on this show with these two guys. We definitely ask the questions that we're all willing to ask. I definitely would be asking, and I know that they will relay my question. Why aren't you putting out Spawn, which is your product, some of the best figures that you have in your comic? But that's neither here nor there. Let's jump in. Enough of my rant. Enough of that. Let's jump in because this red sucker, I love him. He looks fantastic. And before you guys say anything, we're going to look at some of the cheddar that comes with it, some of the housekeeping and accessories that come with it. But if you notice, guys, it almost looks like the face, and we'll bring him in closer now when I do the housekeeping first. Looks almost like the dead man face. I could be wrong. It could be recycled, but the figure feels amazing in hand. Okay, so we're going to bring in the weird tornado sculpt. Don't act, guys. We know that this was a failure on Mcfarlane when he did it with the strange superhero from Black Adam. I didn't know anything about her. I thought it was weak sauce. I prefer the Atom Smasher over her, but I guess they have to bring in the you go girl, I know everything, let me help out. But and actually, guys, that action figure, if you go to Target, it's collecting dust because nobody's buying that. And I knew that from day one when I saw it. Nobody wanted that. Nobody asked for that character. But that's neither here nor there. This is just a recycle painted in red. I'll show you how to put Red Tornado in here. Let's move him out of the way. Obviously, would have preferred, instead of the stand, some air bending effects besides the tornado stand. Would have been great for that. And I tried looking online before I did my toy photography for some airbending effects. I couldn't find any, so I'll just improvise how I'm going to do the effect of him. Here are the hands, beautifully sculpted, amazing. You guys can see that there. Open palm hands, I guess, to summon the winds, and he's got on 2 fists, which, in my opinion, if Mcfarlane wants to win over, put in fist, put in trigger hands, and last but not least, put in open palm hands to give bitch slaps everywhere. So here is the trading card. It's got the, I guess, what they call the source art or anything like that. And the background looks like there's a lot of like million tornadoes in the back. That's what it looks like, different versions of him. And then take a moment to read. All right. So what do we have here? We have, I think this guy, I tried looking at the people over at Film Riot. They have a channel called Variant Comment, and I think that they, obviously, you can tell from the beginning of the thing that they favor Vision over this guy, because I think the movie was coming out where Vision was there when I saw that video. So they did like a poll of who would win and who wouldn't win. The only time I knew of this character was in the omnibus that I bought from Earth 2, where Lois became the Red Tornado. And I didn't know much about her until I Googled and saw there was this figure. So here he is, guys. Take a look at that. I've always loved these captain's boots or pirate's boots on superheroes. I've always thought that was cool. The figure is just smooth when I took him out. I mean, this is just the way that you make a superhero. Obviously, it would have been great a cloth cape, but this cape doesn't bother me. You guys know that I prefer a static cape. I don't like action capes. But you take this superhero, if he's not your main animated hero, and you have a background character that can help into your animation, which I think is just beautiful. And not to get away from the review, but you guys saw my latest post. We won't be doing any more reviews probably from the cave. The cave is taking a beating already after 3 years, and the idiots over at Extreme Sets, which is their product, ran out, and I wanted to buy another one identical to this. So how do you run out of your product, guys? Please help me understand. But take a look at the face. It does look like Dead Man. You look at it there. I love the arrow. Obviously, it's got that whole airbender, and I think they copied that from this character. This came out in the 60s, I think a few months before Vision came out. Overall, I like when the uniform, look at the belt's got this belt. I like when the uniform, if he's got the trousers, it's not a different color. It tries to blend in like one solid uniform. Love the gold here. Let's take off one of the hands. Let's put one of the, and then you guys heard the pop. The hand comes off here. And we won't call it a slapping hand, but we'll call it a summoning hand of power. And that's where it goes. So overall, the details look good. Look at the back. Obviously, you can see that's where the cape goes. And not to take away from collectors, because if that's their passion, but I don't have these on a shelf because I don't have space. As soon as I'm done, they go in a box for animation thoughts. And sometimes I'll leave the figure out and sit down and try to brainstorm how could I use this figure. And so let's jump into the articulation. We can definitely do a side to side or all the way around. I know some of you don't like that. Can he look down as he's flying down with the powers? Yes. Can he look up while he's flying? Yes, he can. Before we do the arms, let's take a look at the crunch there. We do get that for a flying pose. We get that there. So we can see that it's got the bushing or the butterfly joint. You can see right there by the cut that there is a bicep swivel there. You guys can see that there. You can see double jointed. I just turned that there. We've put the hand, and it could swivel, it could turn around, do all kinds of stuff. Summon that there. We get all that lovely action there. surprisingly enough, look at the split you get from this guy not getting in the way. The kick is all the way out here, so that's just amazing. The trousers, like many of the action figures, should be this kind of softness, so you'll be able to articulate them very well. You get a double jointed knee, and last but not least, love when he sculpts the ball joint inside the boot, and you do get that swivel pivot. It's just much better than just that, and a toe articulation. So overall, guys, this figure looks fantastic. Now, for you animators out there or you customizers out there, it almost seems like this body type, if this is your action figure that you like, this superhero, the Black Panther, but the old one I think had a cape like this would probably be a good body for that. Or if you take the figure itself with this cape here and this here, paint it red, change it a little bit, maybe, I don't know, change the body or take the red, you can definitely get yourselves a Doctor Strange. Again, this is an open canvas because it's so simple of a figure that you can do stuff with it, because none of this is graved in or sticking out. This is all painted on. So again, overall, guys, like I said before, he doesn't want to stand, and I really don't feel like a blooper today. Um, let me put him in a dynamic pose for you guys. There you go. So I personally think that this is a fantastically done figure. This is just amazing. I love everything about it. The articulation looks good. Oh, wait. I put him in the pose, but I never did the tornado thing. Let's jump into that. So as you guys can see in there, the tornado thing, you've got a peg in there. I always thought this thing was stupid. Really not my I didn't find anything good about this, so sorry about that, guys. But I am over here trying to fit him into this tornado peg thing. Let me see where the peg is. We'll take him there. I'm really not feeling the magic of this. This is such a dumb idea. All right, you guys can hear me. Well, he definitely, the peg is not going in there, and the feet don't align very well in there to do it. So if any of you guys know how to do this, please leave a comment. But I certainly think this accessory is just garbage. Not feeling it. So guys, sorry, I owe you a tornado stand setup. So with that said, guys, let me know what you all think of this figure. Let me know if this is something that you are going to pick up, if this is something you're going to add to your collection. I know that I wanted him. I wanted to add him to my Captain Atom team, which has Commander Steel, Liberty Agent, and this guy now. If I thought about an animation, I thought about doing one with that team being the patriotic team for America. But your thoughts on this figure, if this is something that you like. So let me know below in the comments. Share with me. Support each other. Like the video, guys. Share the video. And I know, guys, I always tell you, and you guys have done it, please support and subscribe to the video. With that said, guys, if there is a link to get this guy, I'll put it down below as an affiliate link, which will help the channel. Me and Red, and also Red. So Red and Red, we're done with the review. And guess what, guys? We are